The enemy they need. Here's what's being alleged. One of America's most famous anti-hate organizations, the Southern Poverty Law Center, has been accused by federal prosecutors of secretly paying informants tied to extremist groups, including the KKK. And the reason that hits so hard is not just because of the allegation itself. It's because people hear that and think, of course. Of course the machine would end up feeding the thing it claims to fight. Of course the people making money off the fire would never be in a hurry to put it out. Because this is not just about one organization. This is about a structure everybody can see in broad daylight if they're honest. The people who claim to be protecting society from chaos often build their careers, their budgets, their power, and their public image on the continuation of that chaos. That is the deeper story. Not just scandal, not just hypocrisy, incentives. Public choice theory explains the mechanism. James Buchanan's Nobel-recognized work helped popularize the idea that people do not magically become selfless when they move into public. Institutions, politics, or moral crusades. They still respond to self-interest, status, career incentives, and organizational survival. Change the building, keep the human nature. And once you understand that, the pattern becomes obvious. If your donations rise when fear rises, if your relevance rises when outrage rises, if your authority rises when the public thinks the threat is getting worse, then the threat is no longer just your mission. It becomes your fuel. That is why so many NGOs and agencies feel like they contribute so little and consume so much. They are not built to make themselves obsolete. They are built to remain necessary. They do not solve the wound. They manage it. They brand it. They market it. They build an empire around treating the symptom while the disease stays alive, just long enough to keep the checks clearing. And that is why the SPLC story lands like a flash of truth. Because whether people know the legal details or not, they recognize the pattern instantly. The anti-hate machine can end up needing hate. The anti-poverty machine can end up needing poverty. The emergency machine can end up needing emergencies. The watchdog can start needing the wolf. That is the sickness at the center of modern public life. In a healthy society, institutions solve problems and shrink. In a corrupted one, problems become the raw material institutions used to grow. Follow at Argue Mentor for the next chapter.